Yeah, so Harvard has a porn archive.
I did not know this.
Yeah, there are a lot of
cool.
universities, like UC Santa Barbara also has a porn archive. Murray Miller Young, who
What's the purpose?
For university professors, students, grad students to be able to study the material, and be able to write about the work, to be able to identify folks who were doing this, who were in the business.
A part of also
it's
the movement of sexual liberation.
Yeah,
porn.
first of all, it's Black history, right?
Period.
For Black porn, it's Black history. When you look at people like, let's say, Johnny Keys, who was the first Black man to ever star in an interracial sex scene in the Behind the Green Door, he received death threats. Like, do you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And so, like, Vanessa Del Rio was the first big star, like Afro-Latina star in the business. Heather Hunter was a star.
Oh my God, I love hearing her interviews.
Yeah, but there's so many of us that are, this is Black history. And like you mentioned King Magazine, there's one of the other people who I'm starting to work with, in curating his collection, is this guy by the name of Dapper Dan, who's also a New York legend.
Come on, Dapper Dan.
Not that Dapper Dan. There's another Dapper Dan.
Not the Gucci one.
Not the Gucci one.
Okay.
There's another Dapper Dan who he actually started Blacktail and Portfolio magazine and Black Lust magazine. Like, he was working for another magazine company, and they had and this is like we're talking about the 70s, right? This late 70s, early 80s. Mm-hmm. They had no Black magazines. He started the magazines, these magazines, and he actually has in his apartment in Brooklyn every magazine that these companies that they ever produced.
Shut up.
I wonder if people know back then, like, I'm going to save this for one day, or are you just
I mean, like, someone like him did. Like, not only does he have the magazines, he also has, because they used to do video reviews. So he has every.
What do you mean video reviews? Like,
the companies would send them video VHS tapes, DVDs to review the movies,
and they would record their review.
No, they would put it in the magazine.
Oh,
and so he has chromes from the photos. He has all of the videos that were ever sent to them for like, he has an entire archive of Black porn. Like,
that's so cool.
He was the first person to put strippers, like Black and Latina strippers in New York City in magazines.
How old is he now?
He's 80 something.
Have you ever seen a porn archive, by the way?
No. That's why I'm
I saw the Andy Warhol porn archive.
Yeah.
Basically,
he did porn?
No,
he shot it.
So I did not know. I have Andy Warhol in my kitchen. I did not know that.
All gay.
I just have soup cans.
Yeah, it is.
And when you watch it, it's like, okay, the porn archives is funny because I'm trying to, like, we're acting like this is real art, but I'm watching porn. But it is.
But it is.
So, like, you're watching these two guys in a toilet stall suck each other's dick, and one of them's eating an apple. The third guy is just on the floor eating an apple, watching them suck dick. And then he puts the apple down and starts sucking the dick. And at the first glance, you're like, this is porn. And then you're watching something in black and white with no sound, and you're like, damn.
This is art. Yeah.
Holy shit. Now I want to see a fucking porn archive.
Yeah, there's a gay threesome he has with a woman, or excuse me, MMF, but it's bi.
Yeah.
And she's got a full bush.
When was this shot? Like, what decade?
60s.
Probably.
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm really excited to go through Big John's archive because he has trunks of photographs. He has photos in frames, like, that were on his wall. He has, like, just stacks and stacks of, like,
for something
porn.
like this, especially with him being that age, is this something that you're requesting he writes in his will, and as a part of his estate that you have access to all this stuff?
So with Dapper Dan, he has someone who already is like who will run his estate.
Okay.
But I'm now, since he is still living, like, I'll be working with him to inventory the archive, digitize everything, and then make sure and figure out where it's going to go. Like, he and I were talking about the possibility of like a gallery exhibition. It's like I ran into a guy.
Fucking Museum of Sex.
There's a bunch of places. I met a guy on Instagram last year who has his name is Andre Uncut. He is a young artist here in New York. He has an archive called Daddy's Secret Stash.
That's kind of sexy.
I like that name.
Very sexy, and it's all. But he has the original Players magazine with Big Daddy Kane on it. He has a copy. He has the one with Pam Grier on it. There's another one with this woman Anita. I can't think of her last name, but she was the one and only Black trans woman to be on the cover and a layout in Players magazine. Like he has a cover, he has that, he has images from the 20s and the 40s, and like
the
all
psychology of this. I need to know, because there's so many things like growing up. I was like, this is gonna be worth something one day. It's gone. I need to know the psychology of someone who knows to just keep shit and keep it well and store it to where it doesn't get fucked up.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how I still just have a box of all my like letters from middle school.
Yeah.
It's the only thing I really have that I fucking kept. My mom kept.
Yeah.
But now she's like, bitch, you in your 30s. Come get your shit. You want your trophies? Get them too.
Yeah.
I'm moving. I'm sick of moving on your shit.
Yeah.
But for someone to know to keep history like this.
Yeah. And
it's
I think
fascinating.
Today it's so much more important because the internet is not forever. It's not forever. Everything from before 2000 is gone.
Oh, I was going to say, like, today, the digital aspect of it, we don't collect shit anymore because it's gone.
Yeah. And the internet is not forever.
Yes.
That's the thing. It's not
Especially
forever.
now with Elon running it.
And it's like, I mean, Project 2025 was very, very clear that they want to get rid of porn. They want anything that is considered harmful to children, which extends outside of what we think of as porn, and it extends to sex education. It extends
The only thing I'm okay with is getting rid of porn. Can't believe I'm going to say this. On social platforms. Now, I'll tell you why. I don't want my kids to have a phone.
Right.
I'm talking about family planning right now in my relationship. And I'm like, why am I like that? And it's because I think sex is so accessible, and I think they're going to be desensitized too young. I'm terrified that my kids are going to be too young and seeing something super hardcore that they shouldn't be accessing. I think there really isn't anywhere that a kid couldn't go and find it.
Yeah.
It's hypersexual.
For me, though, knowing that I saw your trailer on social media.
Yep.
The OnlyFans people that I actually do pay for monthly, I found them on X. So I get where we can see social media being this super accessible thing, but right
we
now
don't watch porn on Instagram.
I watch porn on X.
No, on Instagram where the trailer was. That was age appropriate.
No, but I like that.
But you can.
That's how you market. And you can. And you can.
You can.
Oh, there's a whole page right now. Asante sent it to me, and we right now don't know how it's not down. It's nothing but dicks, and maybe because they like to what is it? They like to censor women's bodies.
They don't censor men's bodies.
We do not know how it's nothing but like on Instagram. Full pages of big dicks.
Yeah.
And I'm like, how is this still up? Mind you, 100,000 fucking followers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what's crazy is hearing all the women that we've had on here talk about, I showed a nipple, they removed it. They removed my Full Court Souls page. And I know it's because I'm a woman. There's a whole page on Instagram flaunting the male body.
Yeah.
But women have such a hard time doing it. It's so crazy.
And also, there is a double standard for celebrities. You know, Lizzo, Cardi, they can
Kim Kardashian.
They can like free the nipple. They can twerk. They can do all these things.
But you know why though? Because we're soliciting.
Yes.
The last time I got my Instagram removed was pretty recent. I think it was right before our live show, maybe. I don't know, but it was was it before the rebrand? And I went,
I don't know.
Yes.
Because you cut your page off so much. I don't know when it gets removed.
I
just know you shut off like I need a mental health break. So I don't know when it's removed or when you did it.
My shut off is not mental health break related. I just hate living for the internet.
I get that. So here's my thing about porn on social media, right? I think there is space for platforms to create a 20, like an 18 and over, 21 and over access to their platforms. The problem is that the federal banking regulations do not allow any venture capitalist funding for any porn related business, any adult or sex related business.
So they can't make the tech behind it.
They can't make the tech behind it to be able to create it.
That's a fair answer.
So they won't do it.